Do you need me to get any closer? Do you need me to get any closer? Do you need me to get any closer?
Might be hard to understand you.
We'll see how we can. I'll try to help you out any if I have my questions here
Okay.
so I can. So, first question right here.
And you introduce yourself and tell us your role in the library was and how long I worked there. Okay, I'm Linda Lowe. I started working in the cataloging department at MSU Library in 1973, August of 1973. So I started out as what they call a secretary. But I wasn't really a secretary, I was a copy cataloger. So I worked in that position until 1979, I think. Around about 1976, I started going to UK to get my master's in library science. And then around 79, I became a full librarian, professional librarian. And I worked in that position until I retired in 2008.
So you've been there for a while. You was there for a while.
I was there for 34 years. I was 3 months short of being there for 35 years.
So, making sure. The second question right there.
Yeah, we all got along. I think we all liked each other. Maybe there might have been a few spats, but you know, me being hard of hearing, I didn't know about it. So
It was
I can't remember anybody being really mad, except for one time. One girl thought somebody was talking about her behind her back, so there kind of an explosion there, but they smoothed that over, and I think things got calm again.
so
I think the library started using computers in the early 80s. Before that, we did everything with paper and pencil and cards. We ordered cards from the Library of Congress. Then when they came, we had to file them in the big card catalog out front. We got the computers. Before we got the computers, we ordered the cards from the Library of Congress. There were these big green books back there. You went through and you found your card that you wanted. You ordered it from the Library of Congress. Then they shipped them to us and we filed them. We got the computers. We didn't use big green books anymore. We ordered the cards through the computer. They sent them to us. We still had to file them. Then, after they got the whole library computerized, the catalog was on the computer. So people could look these books up on the computer. So we didn't have cards anymore.
was it hard transitioning?
I don't think it was for us. People were getting used to it, I suppose. But no, I don't think it was that hard a transition. At least not for me. I can't think of any. I don't think we were ever really involved in any protests. Back around the time of Nixon, I think there was this shooting on one of the Ohio campuses, and I think students were kind of upset about that. And I think some of the students were upset with one of our former college presidents, so there were protests about that, but I don't think it affected us in the library. I enjoyed working with the people. Towards the end there, I was a cataloger for the videos and music. So I was mostly responsible for those. Did some books. So I enjoyed working with those. I got a lot of good memories about the place. We had the fire. So we spent months going through the stacks and cleaning the smoke and soot off the books. So that was a mess to clean up.
Where was the fire at?
I think there's when you come in the front door downstairs, there was a circulation desk down there. And back beside that, there was a room where they were keeping gift books, gift materials. So I think one of the janitors go in there sometimes to smoke, because I was working with that material down there trying to get an idea of what we had. So some days I go in there, I would see cigarette stubs. So I don't know if anybody ever figured out that was what caused it, but I kind of suspected that was it. Okay, when I first started working there, the tower wasn't there. So it was just the 3 floors and the basement. So they started building the tower over to the side there. In the 70s, I think. So I was working up there on the 3rd floor at the time. And I could just look out the window on that side of the building and watch the progress of the building as it went up.
Was it like, how was it adjusting to people working on a tower? Like how was it when people was building the tower? How hard was it to adjust to construction workers? And
yeah, I could just see the construction workers out there and see the different phases they went through as they were building them, starting with the floors as they went up. The concrete floors and then the steel framework. So as the tower got higher, then most of the view was blocked out. So.
Can you talk a little bit about your quilts?
Okay, back in the 70s. In the 70s, we had a librarian called Dr. John Forbes, and he was the head of the special collections. And somewhere along the line, he got in contact with some quilters, quilt makers, and he decided he would like to do quilts, quilt blocks. So they started it by providing some quilt blocks, and I saw what they were doing, so I volunteered to share what I had. So I had all these notebooks of quilt patterns, so I'd contribute to those. At one time, they had it worked out so that there would be one librarian up on the special. That was when the tower got built. Okay, up on the 3rd floor, the last floor, top floor, where special collections was moved to. So I was scheduled to work one night a week. So what I would do is I'd take my fabric and my stuff up there and I would piece a block that night. So I contributed blocks too. So that's why we have fabric blocks and we have the patterns too. So I continued doing that for as long as I worked up on that floor.
Did you make any special quilts for anyone?
We made, sometimes when the librarians would retire, we'd make them a memory quilt. So I think we did around 5 of them, 4 or 5.
Is there anyone you remember in particular? Is there anyone you remember making one in particular? Like, who was some of the people that you made quilts for?
Well, the first one that we made one for is a girl who worked in the cataloging department. She worked there for a year or so, and she liked quilts, so I decided that I would have people make a block for her. So that was the first one we did. Her name was Claudine Hale. I think after that we made one for the director when he retired. That was Dr. Jack Ellis. And then we made memory quilts for about 3 other people who retired. We did one for Mildred Stanley, Margaret Stone, and Betty Morrison. So I can't think of any others. Excuse me, I'm not used to talking.
You're good. If you need to take a break or if you need to take a drink of your water.
The only other quilts I made there was maybe, I think I made a baby quilt for a couple of 3 women who left. Well, that's just little baby quilts.
So you have one of your quilts over here.
Yeah. My mom liked the hand quilt after she retired, so I would piece them and she would quilt them. So the one that's hanging out there won a blue ribbon at the state fair. That's a group quilt. No, I pieced it. She quilted it. She passed away in September. But her hands had gotten bad, so she hadn't been able to quilt for quite a few years now.
So was quilting just kind of like a hobby, but then...
Well, big hobby for me. Oh. So I guess it was something to do for Mom after she retired. She also liked to piece. Yeah, I've got some of the blocks left over that I've got to change. Get turned into quilts for some of the great-granddaughters, great-grandsons. She already done some. But there's 10 of them, so I've got my work cut out for them.
Is there any final comments you want to make about your time at the library?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any final comments you would like to make about working in the library?
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed my years up there. So I had a plan to retire when I did, because back in 2008, I think the state was trying to get the employees to retire. So when you were getting close to retirement age, you went to the Frankfurt for an interview. To help you out, figure out your plans and all that. So when I got there, I said that I needed to retire right then and there. If I didn't, so I would lose quite a bit of money in retirement. So, excuse me. So, I had to make the decision when I was there to retire. And I was there on the 29th of May. So that was Friday. Thursday or Friday? Thursday, I think. And then the next day, I had to go into the library and tell them I was retiring. So my last day would officially have been the 31st of May. So, but I would have still been there a lot longer if it hadn't been for that.
So you work at the Round County Library?
Okay. While I was still working at the college library, I started working here part-time in the evenings, 1 or 2 nights a week. So I've been here since August of 2001. I started working here a few weeks before 9, over 11, before that thing happened. So I've been here ever since.
Do you enjoy working here?
I love it here. Stress-free, I get to work as much as I want to. I'm part-time. So, retirement people don't want me to work more than 20 hours a week, so that's what I do. So I still get to work with movies and CDs, but mostly I think I'm working with books now. We don't seem to be getting as many videos anymore as we used to. I think people have started streaming more than they're checking out videos. Now, so we don't get too many CDs either. So mostly now it's books. So the last few weeks it looks like it's been children's books, which I enjoy. I like children's books.
Well, do you have anything else to say?
I can't think of anything. My
Well,
voice is about to go.
well,